Okay, so I was planning on doing a little stream, a second one today, but the previous one ran for near 2 hours, so I decided to give up on that idea. And of course, as soon as I start this one, my yawning fits start. So this may be a short one just to have some fun if anyone's out there not doing anything on a Saturday night. That if you want to hang out, I'm here to hang out. Or, you know, not if you're off doing something and only see this after the fact. um, so I thought doing a little preamble before people show up. I actually decided to see what would happen if I fired up Restream and on my laptop with the fact that it actually has a camera. And hey, Brock, and got some stuff set up. Thought it'd be pretty cool. And yeah, it. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of interruptions as my yawns happen. Um, it's always like this with me. I thought there'd be I thought it'd be all right, and it is. The image quality is kind of garbage, but that's fine. Um, but the laptop gets awfully hot running that because it's more of a business machine. It's not really intended for that kind of work. So, a little on the annoying side. Um, I still need to go on since I can't find my webcam. Go on, and once I actually have the spare scratch, invest in one for the desktop if I do want to do, camera stuff. But I really got a really cool background image set up, and things were kind of neat. So I mean, there's that. But yeah, so be honest, I'm almost at a point where I'm gonna have some kind of face cam soon. It's just still gonna be under my terms. My terms consisting of, well, whatever the hell I want. Oh man. Let's see who we got. All right. We got Brock in. Let me do
Ignore the
prequel.
acne. Epic tap.
There we go. Hey buddy.
Hello. It's been a while since we've actually talked, like, where we both hear each other.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Life has a way of being like that. So what you been up to, man?
More of the same. I haven't published a video in a week, but I just been playing video games, going on walks. More of the same, really. I wish I could say something more interesting happened.
For me it's just been work and again much of the same. Otaku, we are just hanging out. It's literally open stream for whomever. Oh yeah, there we go.
Sometimes I look at what Kent Hovind's up to. He's weird. He
Very.
finally got kicked off the platform of YouTube.
Yep. And when I was testing a bit ago with the whole attempted camera setup from the laptop, I was actually watching his the first of his oh bloody hell. This is what happens when I'm tired. First of his open mics for the past week, and he opens up with more of the crazy, oh, they took us off
Ooh,
YouTube and oh
oh,
they
give
don't
me
know.
give me 1 second. Someone knocked on the door. I'll be right back.
Sure. And that's just how things are with life. Is it still daylight? It's interesting. It's still daylight where Brock is, but it's dark over here now. Ah, fun times, fun times, fun times. But yeah, don't you love when there's no subject? This is why we always watch a video because I really usually never have a subject. we just going at it raw is weird till the audience shows up. But the trick is you need the video to hook the audience in. So it's like, what can you do? I posted in Discord to see if anyone wanted to hang out, but again, it's Saturday night. Everyone's probably busy doing all the stuff they want to do.
All right, I'm back. There's some kids I knew. They see me sometimes walk down the street, and now they're selling painting stuff. But I'm not a good painter, so I'm not interested. But
Ah, yes. Yeah, Rosina, we're just doing whatever this time. This is literally just hang out and do whatever kind of stream, which means it's going to be the lowest of quality, but at the same rate, the most fun, just for the heck of it.
I just smacked my tooth with the cup.
Oh, I do that a lot. Not fun. Not
Thankfully,
fun.
thankfully, it wasn't that hard though. I didn't hurt that much. Um, so I was gonna play some Evolve. I didn't put the disc in yet, but I guess since you're doing this, I guess I could just hang out here with you.
Well, no, I mean, you can definitely game, do whatever. It's no problem. You're just, this is just literally a hangout, do whatever kind of stream. Oh, you could fire that up while doing this. I'd be like, whatever. Oh, but yeah, I'm trying to keep on providing content, wanting to diversify, but I do want to improve stuff and add a little bit more fun and dynamics to it. But at the same rate, I'm that weird kind of perfectionist who nothing's ever good enough. So it's like, okay, webcam on laptop would work, but it's not gonna work. So next option is the actual, on the main desktop. But I don't know how much more stuff this thing can handle before it just decides, nope, I'm done. I can't process this because this computer's over a decade old now. It's ridiculous. I intended to upgrade, then things got crazy. So
Yikes!
I don't know. Such is life. There's a lot of
Life
things going
is
on.
life. I remember that. I don't know where I heard that, but there's a good guy saying "Life is life." Is that a commercial? Is that like a song in a commercial or something?
Sounds like one. I wouldn't know though. I've got everything on ad block, and if it's not ad blocked, it's on a premium subscription where I don't see ads because
You
hate
might
being
not.
advertised to.
You might not want to admit to having ad block because that's against YouTube's terms of service.
I pay for YouTube Premium, and nothing says I use it on YouTube, so it's all
Well,
good.
well, wherever you're using it, don't admit it because you might get in trouble. You never know.
Nah, it'd be all right.
Oh, someone's knocking again. I'll be right back.
All right,
By those
we got a
kids.
Taco X in the chat. Okay, there, there's too many of us. I've got to. Oh, there we go. Toggle. There we go. Oh, Otaku keeps coming and going. The system, it does not like him. This is hilarious on my end. It legitimately just keeps putting Otaku in and right back out. Why? Why is that happening? Comes in. There he goes. He's back in. There it goes. Hey, there we go.
Switch to Wi-Fi.
Cellular was like, nope, nope, no G's for you. There it goes. Oh my god. Man
What
can't get a
happened?
break. So Taco X keeps trying to join, and then it keeps cutting. So he comes back, cuts, comes back. He switches to Wi-Fi, gets 3 seconds, and then is just like boop gone.
Kent Ovan's behind this.
Clearly, he sent Joseph to hack the internets. Get away from the internet. He's chopping it down.
Wait, who did he send? I didn't hear that part.
Oh, I was making a joke on Joseph.
I'm a little lost. I don't. It's not like I see every single one of your videos. You permit me to kind of reference that. I don't.
Joseph is his tech guy. That's the key thing. Who I had a little bit of a thing with. It's in my video from several months ago. Dinosaur Adventureland is run by overgrown children, where I talk about that whole just discussion. They left the usual comments, and it's like, what was it saying? He's like, you're going to call 855 Big Dino and shut up a debate," and I'm like, what part of I am not interested in debating Kent do you not understand? Oh well, you lost me. You're not interested, and I, you know, told him off and stuff. So he actually thought I would be a jerk ass. And then when I called into his show that one time, not long after that, and was very polite, Joseph actually responded to something in a later chat of like, "I'm glad I was wrong about you." And I'm thinking, yeah, I can be incredibly polite, incredibly normal, just perfectly fine. Or I can have fun and use all the flowery language I want. It is what it is, and it's a matter of the situation. I just you know do what I feel like, and if it's on my channel, I'm gonna say any stupid thing I want, and then probably regret it 3 seconds later. But that's on me.
Someone in the comment section with the live chat would have said something about the tubes got to be clogged or something. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, but it made me think of something funny. What if I snuck into Kent Hovine's dinosaur restaurant and I took a big crap in the toilet and I just clogged it?
Oh, hey, look. According to Ali G, Kent already leaves massive dumps. All right. If you hadn't seen the Ali G Kent interview, you gotta watch that. It's great. And Otaku has returned.
This time I switched to my laptop, so let's see how that works.
Yeah. These damn computers hate us. That was a thing at work. One person was what'd she say? It was a whole point of sale system had crapped out. Rebooted it. It actually worked for once, and she's like, it's deciding to be good. And I'm like, don't praise the machine. It will go out on us again.
Alexa, set lights 10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit better.
So what's up on your end, Otaku?
Very little. I took a nap for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I saw you say you just woke up. I'm like, okay, someone's power napping. Meanwhile, I did my stream earlier, played some Guild Wars. You get those points in games where you want to play, and you got a lot of progress you can make, but you don't want to commit to that stuff yet. That's the way it is right now in Guild Wars too. I'm like, I don't want to continue with the story today. I want to save that for tomorrow. So I want to do this, want to do that, and realize I don't want to go through the effort of all this stuff, getting resources. It's an MMO, so it's nonstop grind. But this same phenomena happens to me like playing Grand Theft Auto. That's why I still haven't finished GTA 5, and I know I'm like right near the end because it's like I'll get around to it. 4 years later, I'm still gonna get around to it. 8 years later, still gonna get around to it. But I played a little bit more at some point. That's me in gaming.
I remember trying to steal.
I still haven't gotten around to
jet
playing
and,
Arkham City yet.
Crap, I forgot what it was called.
My
The
backlog of
the
games is
GTA 5.
ridiculous.
I tried to steal a fighter jet in GTA 5, and every time I fly it out of there, there's always a missile that hits, and if it misses, they shoot me with like a flak shell or something. It's crazy. I always lose. Like the fighter jet will get destroyed, so it was a waste of time. I just get tired of it. It's a mess.
And in GTA Online, I was able to make it out with the jet one time and quite enjoyed my time with it. But it's like I don't have anywhere to save this thing, so I can't do anything. So I got a picture of my character with it, and then that was all she wrote. I flew it around and was firing at random people until that was it. Game over. Oh no. I feel GTA 5 is spoiler alert for something I'm going to write here sometime soon when I finally get back to writing for my blog. GTA 5 is quite overrated to me.
I got kind of bored with it.
I still haven't played a GTA since Vice City, I don't think.
Well, San Andreas is good. It has overrated aspects of it, but it is still a fun game. And I really enjoyed 4. I played through Lost and Damned, but actually didn't go through Ballad of Gay Tony. By the time I finally went on and started that, I was just like, I'll get around to it. And I, of course, never got around to it. Really should go back to that, but I don't know where my copy is, and I could just rebuy it on Steam when I've got the scratch. But I hate buying games multiple times unless there's a real good reason.
I just thought so. Remember, I think one time I was talking to Kent over this, like the restream or the one with the duck or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's something like that. And I said something. Well, I imagine if we something like that. I said something very logical after I said the word imagine. See, that's it. You admit it. You imagine it. I'm like, did I use the word wrong?
No, Ken's whole thing is to look for how people use words. He hunts for any kind of language he can latch onto.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one. If evolution is true, well, stop right there. You just said that if evolution is true, they gave it away. I'm like, no, we're trying to make a prediction of what we'd find.
Yeah.
You know, if like, you know, what's this? If McDonald's is poisonous, you'd die from eating that. So we can test that, right?
Yep. Like Morgan Spurlock did, and then we found out it was kind of a scam. Otaku, your comments.
My favorite is whenever they ask for the proof of a dog give birth to a non-dog, that would completely disprove evolution.
Yeah. Yeah, everything they ask for is proof of it.
Why would we give you proof against our position?
Yeah. But see, they don't want to see that.
I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the way we name things in evolutionary science, but I mean, technically speaking, what they're saying is true. Like, because you have the thing and it splits into 2 and a 4, and everything's still part of that one clay. The first thing, it just keeps going, and they split into 2, into 4, into 8.
Yeah,
like we're still mammals. We're still mammals.
Of course, but they're always asking for something extremely different in one generation.
Oh yeah, they always ask for that.
And while he denies it, as you've heard in some of my streams, every single time he says it, he always uses verbiage. If he wants to be so picky with verbiage, I can play his game. Verbiage of an animal giving birth to in that one generation. Something totally different, which would not happen. In the same way he says, you believe you came from a rock, that life just crapped out of rocks magically. Just like, what are you talking about? And of course, when you call them out on that, they're like, you know exactly what I mean. That's what your books say.
He's like, but you're trying to avoid the other topics. Or well, he as him admitting there's multiple topics. He was just on one topic. I'm awesome. I want one topic at a time. And then he'll bring up all that stuff that has nothing to do with evolution.
While his basic understanding of evolution is at minimum 6 different subjects at once.
Exactly. What he calls one topic is already split into 6 topics that we'd say are different topics.
But of course, we can't hold him to account on that because he wants to equate it as a religion, and in his idea, religion must explain everything. Ergo, evolutionism explains the entire universe. Well, it's like, no, it's defined to focus a very specific way, and then there's the colloquial usage of the word evolution, which you've just, taken advantage of, like people like you do, to lump it all together to your false analogy that understanding of how reality actually is science. It's just so frustrating. And they know it is. That's why these idiots do it.
Oh.
Yeah, they have no actual points, so they got to do something.
Like,
what's Brock's in the digital wasteland? You glitched out on us, Brock. I think Brock has been abducted by the Hovend. The Hovend came and got him. I took him back to DAL. He's gonna clean the sand dunes. Every grain of sand, God knows, is dirty, and you have to clean them. He'll tell me if you miss a spot. Hovend.
He's going to accidentally drown him.
Yep. There's going to be a drowning at DAL. Watch out. Oh, it's only fitting that we'd still wind up talking about Kent and creationists and crazy crap, because while we're all nerds with other stuff, it's the glue that binds us together. It's like, we could talk about some games and have fun, but we're at a stage in our lives where it's just like, I like this game. Yeah, that game's cool. Okay. But about this crazy guy, it's like, great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to pigeonhole myself.
Crazy guy that some people still listen to for some reason.
Yeah. I truly don't want to pigeonhole myself. There, Brock's disappeared. Poor guy. Hopefully he'll pop back. Luckily, I get a nice little dink when it happens. God, what was I going to say? Yeah, he responded with crap. The internet is not being kind to us. At least I'm coming through okay. At least I hope I'm coming through okay. Not like there's much video on my end. I'm just a floating circle.
Yeah.
I could change that, but again, I don't.
Well, not a British one.
Yeah, not a British one. Who ironically lives in Kentucky. Like, okay, that dude's like right up there. So it's like, okay.
I live in Ohio. He's right over there.
There you go. Brock's back.
Hold on, my headphones are connected.
Oh, still fewer technical errors than a Kent Hovind stream. And the Dino lamp, man. Actually, I should look. Is the Dino lamp on in the stream coming up? I didn't even check.
Oh, there it's back now.
Open mic
Where
sound.
was I?
I don't even know because you glitched out a good bit before you actually, went offline.
Well, the two kids were coming back on the corner and screaming at me like, I try to interrupt my conversation because they're being kids.
Yeah.
Like just a mess.
Nope, Dino lamp is still off. Rest in peace, Dino lamp.
But yeah, Kent Hovind, he'll say stuff like, well, a dog always gives birth to a dog. And I'm like, I got me thinking, I actually wanted to know, what did he define a dog as? Well, that's just putting a classification on things. It's a mess. He'll just say random stuff over and over again in some areas.
Well, he pulls the creationist, you know what a dog kind is, you know what a fish kind is, you know what a bird kind is. And it's like, okay, but what is a mammal kind? Is that a kind? What is the chordate kind? The spinal kind,
I don't know much about his mom. I don't know much about Kent's mom, but she clearly gave birth to a jackass.
Exactly.
So that might be a human giving birth to a jackass.
Exactly. And I don't think I didn't spy that kitty up there. You must tell us about the kitty.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Nice.
Had her about 4.5 years
Nice. Very nice.
But now she's walking away.
Oh, cute kitty running away because it's like, nope, that Yamato, the tomato is aware of me and I do not like tomatoes, so I am going over here to brood and plot cat things, like having the zoomies at 3 a.m. after I use the litter box. Gotta take my victory laps.
Yeah, she can be a pain sometimes, but what cat isn't?
I'm rocking plenty of them over here. Luckily, when I had to leave my previous place of residence, I was able to bring the cats over here and then end up adopting 3 more that became 2 because, as you may recall, Kit ran off and that's it. We still ain't seen hide nor hair of her, so she's off doing whatever she wants to be, wants to being what she wants to be. She's doing cat stuff that probably involves being a mommy again. And if she shows up on that door pregnant again, and we're like, Kit, damn it, I cannot take care of these cats too. You already left your other 2 with us. But they're doing all right, just being little punks. And then my main 3 are getting older. I mean, Mimi's still feisty as ever, a tortie. It was actually my ex's cat, and my ex hated her. So go figure, the person who loves animals winds up hating her own cat, and I'm the one who takes care of it. Okay. And then my Genbu, big orange tabby, he's a little butt nugget. And then his younger sister, Kiki, she's getting old. She got kind of fat out of nowhere, and it's like she seems okay, but it's like I'm a little worried because that sudden weight gain or weight loss is a sign of something iffy. But it could also just been stress from the kittens coming over. I mean, they're all over 10 years old at this stage, so. And, the kittens are young. They're babies. So I'm gonna lose all those cats, and I'm just gonna be left with Cormier and Dwayna. I'm about ready to take Dwayna and let her go out too. Like, here you go find your mom. You're weird. Cormier's a little cuddle monster, though. I would bring them on and put them on.
Yeah, my sister's cat just had kittens.
Oh, nice. Yep.
I remember when I was doing that live stream debunking Ken Ham. I remember he said something like the God glasses. That's like, I think Kent does that too, right? They say something like we both are skewing it to we're both biased. We both have our glasses on. I'm like, what?
Yeah. He doesn't phrase it that way, but he definitely, that's a standard creationist thing. Is the God glasses concept of like just interpreting the evidence differently. It's like no, we're not. I mean, we are, but not in the way you think we are. We're looking at what it all adds up to. You're looking for everything that goes to your preconceived conclusion. And we all know that, but it has to be stressed. And then they just turn it around on us because religion reverses everything. It's like, no, you're just using it to your conclusion. It's like, no, the evidence came before the conclusion. You notice that, like, even just going to Darwin, he looked at the finches and then it gave him the idea of, perhaps these gradations can go further than it looks like they can, and worked out concepts. And then we found more and more evidence of it. We realized what we had beforehand and then found more after it. it's so straightforward, and he and his ilk are just like, no, no, y'all are doing the wrong thing. Y'all are doing a reversal of everything.
Religion, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that level of stuff. I mean, let's be clear. I'm not a fan of religion in any of the conventional senses and constructs of the mythology of this belief in the supernatural. But when people compartmentalize it into their own thing, that I'm okay with. Up to depending on how much it ends up affecting, the outside world. But when it comes to fundamentalism and extreme proselytization and such, I'm immediately like, nah, this is not something I want to be anywhere near. This is not something I'm going to accept. Keep it to yourself. But nah, which is funny because they have that opinion about other stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, well, people caring about each other is a little different from you going door to door and saying, hi, do you believe this crazy story or you're going to burn in an eternal fire? Hard. Oh, no, I'm just rambling.
Yeah, I'm fine with it as long as they're not pushing it on
Yeah.
everyone else.
I remember AJ. He's like, he's pretending to be Hope for a second. The football's going to the leg bone. The leg bone's going to the oven. Oven.
Like
It's stuck with me. Oven.
Yes, some classic AJ stuff. And it's like, I'm definitely atheist. I am anti-theist. And I definitely hit epistivist as well. I was as described the position as believing faith is the worst way to reason to accept something. Yet at the same rate, it's like, okay, religion, not religion. Am I religious? Am I not? I would ascribe myself as a secular humanist, technically speaking, in my general principles. And I am technically a member of the Satanic Temple for socio-political reasons. And I do agree with their principles in and of itself. But even though it qualifies as a religion, is it really a religion? I don't feel like it's a religion to me. It's more of just an organization that happens to be classed as one to be able to do what it does more effectively, fight on a level playing field. So, it's a weird thing. So it ends up boiling down to, if you eliminate supernatural constructs and define religion as a personal belief and values system, then everyone would have something like that. But if religions intrinsically require supernatural aspects or otherwise, what a person thinks of when you hear religion, deities, etc., any kind of way you can class that, even up to like Buddhist constructs and the like, where there's still some spiritual concepts, it's like, no, I still reject that, even if I will, in some cases, accept certain teachings and concepts, as I've described before in my streams, effectively meditation, but understanding this is just a psychological construct. It isn't some greater consciousness thing. The only way I'm going to reach nirvana is if I pop a CD in this computer and turn it up to 11,
So about that temple thing, they're just
Yeah.
pulling the people in the temple. They're just pulling a prank, right? It's not like they're actually Satanists or something.
I mean,
No.
it depends on the individual. It's qualifies as an atheistic religion, technically speaking. I mean, I highly doubt, given it being an atheistic construct, that anyone actually would believe in a literal Satan, because that's kind of counterintuitive. If you believe in an actual Satan, then, that would kind of require that to be a deity, thus you wouldn't be atheist anymore. So it's more of a figurehead, a symbolic thing.
Oh.
And since the concept of this...
Yeah, it's like the idea of rebelling against religion.
Exactly. And since the Satan idea is an opposer, a nemesis al Satan, one of the originating concepts of it, the idea of it being a true opposition makes complete sense and works really well thematically. And I love good symbology.
It's just that I don't want to be associated with an actual satanic cult. They're gonna make me look bad.
Yeah, no, this isn't Church of Satan. Satanic Temple's its own thing.
Well, even Church of Satan isn't that bad itself.
Yeah, I mean, they played a lot of...
They got like the rules against hurting animals and children and stuff. And
I mean, oh wait, I forgot I'm in Chrome, so it doesn't have any of my stuff memorized because I use Firefox. The Lord's chosen browser as my browser of choice. which is really beneficial because nothing weird pops up on streams. I was about to type the satanic pimple. Replace the first T with a P, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like I can seriously only do like one thing at a time. We're lucky I can actually run a stream. It's like, oh,
Well, then you sound like the perfect person
post a link
to
on there.
debate Kent.
Oh, this is true. This is true. Yeah, there's URL for those interested. The Satanic Temple is actually pretty damn cool. And the membership cards look nice. I shared in the Discord mine. Cleverly censoring my last name with a buck 110 knife. Yep. Let me use, no joke, a knife that's made in a factory where the neighborhood right outside of the factory, there's people with big ass Trump flags and stuff all abound up there in fucking Idaho. Yeah, I use that piece of American right-wing Christo symbolism to cover up my name on the Satanic Temple membership certificate. Oh. That's the way you do it. What's going on in addition?
So basically, I have a funny question. So when it comes to politics, who's the least crazy? Because I try to do research, but it's very difficult to trust any sources at this point. Basically, is her name Kamala? I forgot. Kamala Harris?
Kamala.
Kamala. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kamala Harris. I thought I saw some videos, and I don't know if she really has any policies back when she was running. And Trump is just another right-wing Christian Republican, enough said. So.
Trump ain't Christian. That's step one. Trump ain't Christian.
Yeah, that makes sense. He probably just says it.
Yeah, he just plays one on TV.
His talking points are that he's Christian.
Yeah. It puts the illusion of it. No. It feels like it's been an eternity already since then. I can't even remember too well the policies. Not that I was that deep into them anyway. It's pathetic when the political situation is so, skewed in each direction that where you're going to go on stuff, where you have to go on stuff in your own opinions. You don't even have to necessarily look at much of the issues before you start to realize, yeah, I'm not going to end up agreeing with this. And some people will be like, well, what the hell? Why would you vote without knowing all the issues? Like, because I know enough given what each side has been doing. Already relatively left-wing anyway.
I've never fully agreed with the Democratic policies, but I've voted Democrat for over 20 years. 20 years now and 38.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm 40. So yeah, I mean, my first time voting was for John Kerry in the 2004 election.
You're 40?
It's like, yeah, I'm 40.
Huh.
I'm only 38. My first time voting was for Obama.
Yeah, so see, that's understandable. A lot of people don't get around to voting early because even, it basically post 20th century, it already felt, for post 9/11 world, it already felt kind of pointless. Things just were so.
Have you seen that? So basically, there's a speech Obama gave. He's like, if he couldn't speak for a second, it's hilarious. And somebody made a music video out of it. I think their nickname or their YouTube name was Placeboing, whatever that means.
No, I don't think I had actually seen that. I'll have to check that out sometime.
It was funny. And there's another one of Hillary Clinton and one of Trump, and there's all these remixes of their speeches. They just have different music stuff. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I've seen the Schmo Yoho ones where they got Weird Al to do it.
Oh God, that's great stuff. That is some great stuff right there. Oh man. I should have started this sooner, but no, I was playing around with my camera. Like I said, I got a cool background set up. Everything was nice. Then the laptop over here is like, it's like, you ready to take off? You want to go Mach 3? Try to chase down some Soviet fighters? Okay, I mean, you can do that.
What's your favorite fighter plane? Because mine's the P-51 Mustang.
It's tough choices. All time ends up being the F-16. I've just always really liked its elegance. I just finished watching a piece on the F-15 and its history, learning to appreciate it more. Obviously, big fan of the F-4.
So you're more of a 60s, 70s guy. I'm more of a 30s, 40s guy.
Yeah,
in
I was
terms of
more of a
airplanes.
fourth gen. I have a hard time figuring out which World War II era fighter I like the most. I don't know, but
I remember I played this combat flight simulator in 1998 when I was little, and the airplanes they sounded like airplanes, but they weren't historically accurate. And one of them was the P-47. It had a funny sound, like I can't mimic it. It sounded hilarious. Like, is that really how the airplane sounds? But no, I don't know where they got those sounds from. Oh, another person.
yeah, we got
Big
a
bad mama.
celebrity in the chat.
Big
Hey
bad mama.
guys, how's it going?
Hey, Big
Hey,
Bad
what up,
Mama, how's it
mama?
going? Oh God,
Pretty
yeah,
good.
David.
Just dropping in to say hi.
Hey. Oh, you got anything particular you wanted to pop and chat about real quick, or?
No, Brock, I've seen you around on the Hoven streams.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
try my best to
I'm the
explain my ideas.
creationist crybaby.
So you're Big Bad Mama.
I'm both.
They are one and
Oh.
the same.
Sneaky.
Did he
Hoven
ban you?
He's banned several of my accounts in the past, but not lately. Not for quite a while.
Yeah, well, lately you've been going into the streams and just having the kind of conversation he wants, where he can play his game while you plant those little seeds of, someone pays attention to what you're saying, and then they compare to Hoven. They might be like, "Hang on a second, something here isn't adding up."
Yeah,
Nice little subtle tactic.
I figure I just want to get information out to the people that are watching because I already know he's going to do his script no matter what. And I figure I can get more information out by not being antagonistic towards them.
Totally.
Seems to work all right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's less stressful.
Mhm.
Joe believes the young guy up in the rock. That's the way. I tried to make it sound hard. The Holland, your boy, you know, but rock. And the bow down Jay's time for national bow. I'm like, oh no. He's gonna keep saying. It's like, does he really? Is he just gonna keep saying that? Because that's what he just seems. I think you're right. He's just gonna ruin a script for. I cannot talk for some reason.
He's
gonna
had
keep running
the
a
same script for 30 or 40 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's run the same. I mean, you might not have caught it, Brock. I got his 2003 slide set, freely available on some creationist information site, and yeah, it's nothing in it is different, save for the couple of things he's decided to address, like endogenous retroviruses. That
Yeah, about those.
Oof.
They were good evidence of evolution. They suggested it heavily, but I don't remember how they went. Give me a second.
Oh my God, Brock just went Terminator mode on us.
I was going to say Johnny Five.
What happened?
No, disassemble.
Your sound kind of went out there for a
Yeah.
second.
No. I remember that movie.
It's pretty crackly.
No
Yeah.
disassemble, no disassemble. Oh, they killed
Yeah,
me.
you're in super crackle mode.
I don't know if I talk funny. I don't know. It's sometimes talk.
No, it's actually your microphone setup or the feed or something has actually gone bad.
Yeah, it sounds like a loose wire or something.
Yeah.
Perhaps I've dropped this phone. I don't know. Don't tell me why I said that.
Oh man, oh man.
You
Yeah,
might want to go out and come back in.
yeah, that might be the best. Leave and come back. See if it resets. There you go. Oh yeah. Otaku, anything you wanted to say to Big Bad Mama?
Well, your voice doesn't sound like I expected from your username.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one of like many accounts that I had, and it just happened that this one kind of stuck with Hovind, and he thought I was a woman at first, and so he was saying all sorts of sexist things and fat shaming and everything that he does. So I just kind of kept it.
There's a video you did a couple of years ago, consolidating a lot of those things that Kent had said, and I'm intending to go through that in one of my streams. I was listening to it like the other morning last week at work, and I'm like, yeah, this would make a fun one to just throw some reactions out to.
Oh, cool. Was it? It was probably the very first one that I made, where I kind of stuck all my when Hovind would post my comments. Is that the
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, that is definitely it. Yeah.
Cool. That would
I'm
be
like, this will just be
awesome.
nice stuff. Yeah, give a little boost to that and just have some fun. Because, like I mentioned before, we've lost most of the Hovind archive is just gone. Post
Yeah.
his original channel going down, which that's the only thing that sucks about it. We lost so much good backlog content. So, snippets like yours, R and Ra's re-upload of stuff in their debate that I'm covering now, and AJ's old streams and such are the only bits of stuff we've got left.
Right. Right. And yeah, there's some other like channels like Cindy Lincoln has some good stuff.
Yeah, true.
Who else? Dave Dallafor. Have you seen his stuff?
I may have without
It's really
realizing
funny.
I have.
Yeah, it's really funny stuff. I have a lot of his videos. Because I had to make snippets from him for my, whatever I was making at the time. So I do have quite a few of his old videos. So
No, that's a good
if
point.
you ever need something specifically, I don't have them well cataloged, but you can always ask and I can see if I have something.
Okay. Ambushed Apostate, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
He's been you only just recently joined like AJ's Discord and stuff. I need to invite you to mine. He's been archiving everything he can get a hold of that's Kent's stuff, just shoving it on a hard drive. So we may want to get that stuff. Granted, that's going to be a hell of an upload project, but upload it to a place where he can archive it, add it to the collection, hopefully catalog it, and we'll have an even greater archive of all the insanity.
I could just like put everything on a thumb drive and, because I'm in contact, I email him back and forth.
Yeah.
So, maybe he can shoot me an address and I can email him a thumb drive. Might be the easiest way to do it.
That might just, I mean, when you look at a data transfer, sometimes just sending a physical device is the fastest way to transfer data.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's Google Drive, but I just don't know how big the file can be doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff. Each thing is about a half hour to an hour long, each show or whatever. Brock, you're still
Brock,
having some issues there.
You are in robot mode, Brock.
Wade the Wizard, yeah. Not really.
The audio's still kind of crunchy, man.
You have another mic?
Maybe I should use my computer. Let me use my computer.
That sounds good.
Computer would be a good idea, yeah. We've all learned phones rebel against us.
Yeah.
Carissa, are you going to do the ARC protest?
So, I was actually about to bring that up in that the current plan is ambushed actually to come to Memphis, like fly here, rent a car, and both of us get on up there.
Okay.
That's the current plan.
I'm thinking about it.
Like, I definitely want to go, but, being broke and having debt upon debt, finally catching up after things people have done. I'm not bitter at all, Holvin. As it kind of limits my ability to just hop to places. Last trip I took was to Milwaukee, which was also, a friend, flipping most of the bill for that one. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge.
Do you have a place to stay if you go to Kentucky?
I presume Seth and I will tag team on a hotel or something.
Okay. Yeah. Robin Webster invited me to stay over at her place if I'm in that area. So
okay.
I know. Is she actually? Do you know who Robin is? I think you've probably seen her around before.
Not offhand, but
she's on the Kentucky Atheist show.
Okay. Yeah, I might have a bit, and it just didn't click. I'm thick as a brick a lot of times.
That's okay. A lot of people out there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely figure out something. And Jess was messaging me a ton, being like, "Hey, what would it take to get you there?" She was really insistent. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm not against it. It's just we got to figure out something." And with Seth being in a state where he could actually do those kinds of things, it's like, okay, let's make this happen. He's like, "Hey, I'll do this, I'll do that." I'm like, "Okay, I can't turn it down." As Brock loses his mind.
That's better, Brock.
Well, I've got to head out and get my dinner, so if anyone wants to say hi to Ether before I leave.
Kitty.
Oh, good kitty.
You can look at the screen.
Kitty.
There we go. We got a glimpse of the kitty. Such a pretty kid.
Kitty.
Ah,
You all take
well, thanks
care.
for stopping in, Otaku. Yep,
Take care.
You guys have fun out there.
Thanks.
Toodaloo. So where was I? I was saying something about Wade the Wizard.
Yeah.
So was he did a debate with Kent Hovind. Was he?
He
I
did
don't
2 or
remember.
3 debates with Ken.
He's done a couple.
So is he actually an atheist? I can't remember much what he said.
Yeah, I
Was
think
he-
he's
was
an
he
atheist or an agnostic.
Was he
Wait.
doing some? Because I thought he might have been doing some trolling. Because I thought he said something kind of silly one time. But I don't remember what it was. It was hilarious though.
I don't think he's trolling. I mean, I think he really genuinely believes in science and
Because
He's eccentric.
I thought he accepted like a straw man that Kent Hovind did. I was like, do you really believe that, Wade? Well, I didn't say it to him. I wasn't just watching. I thought to myself, did you really believe that? But it's been a while. Maybe I just misheard it. I don't know.
I don't think he's one of the stronger debaters that's debated Hovind. If to be honest,
Definitely
I mean,
no Mr. Anderson.
right? Or I like some of those old school guys like Bill Ludlow and
Ah,
Herman
rest-
Mays. Those guys
rest
did
in
an
peace, Bill
amazing,
Ludlow.
right?
Oof.
Those guys did an amazing job against Hovind. King Crocoduck did a good job, I thought.
Oh yeah, still
Well,
got part
Warren.
3 of that debate to go through.
Oh, right.
Well, when it comes to King Crocoduck, he's less of biology, like abiogenesis and evolution. He's more of cosmology. I can't say if he did a good job because I don't know a lot about that stuff at all. So maybe he did good because Ken Hovind's.
He really knows cosmology.
Yeah,
I
Casey
mean,
knows his stuff.
and he addressed that part of Hovind's argument about Hovind believes there's 6,000 years of starlight, or the stars were created only appearing to be billions of years old.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know what he-
specifically made the universe so that the light would be where it is to give the appearance of billions upon billions of years of age as a side effect of the stretching, that didn't get Doppler shifted, but everything else did, and it all just lines up perfectly with what we say, but it's all just the way God decided to make it.
right.
It's ridiculous. Remember, Adam and Eve will be seeing the tail lights as the stars head out.
Remember the genetic similarities argument? It really made sense to me because they have the paternity test. I cannot talk.
Like, what do you mean? The
So if I have more genes in common with a dolphin than a shark, I'd be more related to a dolphin, right, than a shark, right? Isn't that how it works? You test.
generally, I think that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and so
You're both
Kent-
mammals.
Yeah, and Kent Hovind says like, well, you can't tell that, but he'll make an exception for the Homo sapiens species. So he's like,
Yeah.
well, you can tell how related you are to your neighbor. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way back. That's the thing. His viewpoint has no depth intentionally, because depth admits that there's more to it than an instantaneous creation. What's more, with the genetic similarities is all the random accrued garbage, and all the creationists are suddenly like, oh, there's no garbage DNA. They find stuff that codes all the time. Well, there is DNA that isn't exactly all that useful in one capacity or another.
Right.
And even that stuff shows a chain, shows a legacy, a lineage. If you look at other more closely related creatures, we end up noticing more of those traits hanging around. Our brain size is a side effect of defective ape genes, to where our jaws are smaller. That's why we are what we are. No joke. Your mouth.
Sometimes the genes are turned on and sometimes they're not, right? So, I mean, there's certain sections that were useful to one of our ancestors that aren't useful to us anymore, that, in effect, they've been turned off.
And then when you compound, again, ERVs, endogenous retroviruses, and so many other little strange things that I barely know about my own self, you get this, it's like a patina on a well-worn handrail that tells you where everyone's put their hand, where everyone goes, where everyone lets go. And, you see it over the years, it just gets worn smooth in an area. That's the way, when you compare genetics, that's the stuff you see. You see almost a patina of all the life beforehand, all these things that have happened, all these traits that have come, gone, weird insertion cases, etc. And it's just like you can see the just nature having happened, if that's a way to phrase it.
Right. And it fits in the exact hierarchy, when you take ERVs and the timing of the insertions and the locations of the insertions, it fits the same hierarchy that basically they'd already known through the fossil record or a comparison of anatomy and that kind of thing. They all corroborate one another.
And that's Kent's whole one topic at a time thing, because he knows the strongest evidence for evolution is the fact that every single remotely related discipline of science confirms it.
Right.
It's so beautiful. And of course, that beauty is lost on someone who believes Bronze Age mythology is supposed to dictate reality.
Right. And it's his own, it's his own concept in his mind that he's kind of tried to project out onto everybody else. But, it's basically just, and it's hard to believe, it's hard to know what Hovind believes and doesn't believe, for one thing, because, he's always made money off of this issue.
Mm-hmm. Which is what it all boils down to, is the money.
There's something Ken Hovind does. One thing's for sure, if he can't perform a counter argument, he'll do this. He'll be like, I see him do this in his like debates and discussions and all that. I think he even did to me. He's like, well, do you believe they're related to a insert some sort of thing made out of cells, the DNA, literally anything? And if you say yes, someone in the background laughs at you, and he'll
Right.
put the chart away. He's like, well, I feel sorry for you. I'll pray for you. That's all he can really do. There's no argumentation to debunk evolution or about Genesis or anything. Really, he can't debunk anything. That's it. All he can do is get his crowd of brainwashed people to laugh.
It always boils down to, nuh-uh, it's a conspiracy. Everyone's lying. They are out to get us.
Right. And he picks basically two animals that are really far apart from one another, to where you'd have to go back, a long time to find their common ancestor. Like, he'll say a human and a strawberry or whatever.
And it's like, well, at
and
that
of course
point,
that's
going
to sound
the earliest
ridiculous.
life.
But it's not ridiculous. It's like, yeah, we're related to a strawberry plant.
Yeah, Kent is special. I mean, no other creationist really, unless they're a Hovindite, really follows his line of speech on stuff, and there's a good reason for that. Every other creationist, Ken Ham, Ray Comfort, and the like, know that such is just doesn't look very good for their side of things. They got to come up with better stuff.
And even their stuff is lame.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder, is young creationism going the way of the dodo? Because I thought this was happening. I think Aaron Ralk, like a decade ago in one of his old videos, I think he said, "Oh, fly bug." So basically, I think he said Christians who believe in evolution are decreasing, and Christians who don't believe in evolution and atheists who do believe in evolution are increasing. So it's the extremes. Is that still going on?
I'd say yeah. The divide, like everything, continues to grow more extreme and very polarized. You've got the meh religious, and you still have a healthy portion of people who are the typical religious, like I grew up with, maybe a little too religious, but then you got people who just are whatever, versus those who are extreme fundamentalists. And it used to never be that way. Fundamentalism was a very, very rare thing post Enlightenment, post Industrial Revolution, especially. But then in America, especially in the post World War II era, there became a big push, and Red Scare definitely helped with that, because we got to go against them godless commies, and the rest is, as they say, history. It just kept on pushing and pushing and shoving its way into everything to where we have what we have today.
Yeah, I mean, it's largely an American problem compared with a lot of other countries.
Because I think
our education system's not getting any better. So, yeah, we're kind of in a tough spot, because we're seeing a Superstition's probably going to be on the rise, but oh,
But yeah,
hi, average pianist.
I thought you said something else when you said pianist.
There's a reason they're
Hey,
named like
Stacy.
that. And yep, we got good old Stacy. Stacy, want to join in? Hang out in the chat.
So
Contains zero Hovend.
I was gonna make a joke. So basically, so Ray Comfort's from New Zealand, right?
Yes,
And Ken Ham's from Australia, right?
right.
Okay, yeah. They kicked him out and just sent them to us. Like, you can deal with them.
Yeah.
Is that your joke?
Yeah. Because
Let's deport the religious weirdos to America.
yeah, they're promised land. You've ever seen the Animatrix?
Way back. Way back.
It's like my favorite episode is the very scary one with the robots and humans have a war, and the robots are kicked out by humanity, and they go to the Middle East, and then they just conquer the world. What if that's what's going to happen? What if the Americans like conquer the world and spread religious dogma everywhere? That'd be scary.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah. Cue the awesome techno music as they fight each other.
Nah, it's gonna be bro country. I got trucks and guns and I cheated on my wife, but that's okay because she don't have any rights. Yeah, I'm American country boy.
I used to listen. I think when I was little, my dad listened to this song called "Country Boy Can Survive" or something like that, and I listened to Big John on Horse Name. Big John, Big John. It was a good song. And there's also name was on Horse Name was more hippie. It was like the people are polluting, they're polluting, and the river died. I was like, oh, that's kind of sad song. It was a very hippie country song. On Horse Name. You ever listen to that?
What's the name of the song?
On a Horse No Name.
Horse with No Name. Yeah, by America. I've seen that a bunch of times.
Horse with No Name is amazing. Yeah,
it's a classic.
Yeah, I
heard it was about an LSD trip.
Oh, that would make complete sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like some country music, but it's a little Christian for me. Oh,
I wouldn't call America country, but
what?
I wouldn't call Horse with No Name country. It's
more
like a folky Neil Young influenced song.
Yeah,
I mean, it's almost. But seriously, I listen to certain other country songs sometimes, and I listened to Love when I was little, but I was like, that sounds good. It's okay. I listen to it sometimes, but I'm more of a techno guy now. But it's a little. The thing about the country is it's kind of a little religious stuff. It's like, yeah, I worship this Bronze Age god.
But now you're just making country metal. Yeah, I worship this Bronze Age god.
I don't think I've ever heard the term Bronze Age God in a country song. But.
Yeah,
I make it up. It's a joke. I
know. But there's, there is good country music out there. Not everything's like coming out of Nashville.
I messed up. I gotta start over. I gotta start over. I was metal for a second there.
I'm just saying. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, is one of my favorite songs.
It's a good tune. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kenny Rogers was in that group in the 60s called, what was it called? The Fifth Edition or something?
Oh.
Kenny Rogers and they did that song, I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Oh, yeah.
It's classic. The new edition.
So we're talking about country music now. We have gone from games to Hovind to country music. Oh man,
I like a lot of country music actually.
Drinking water, drinking beer and water together. That's not
Rock serenading us.
Good title for a song, Beer and Water.
Yeah.
I got beer in my truck. My truck runs on beer.
There you go.
Gun rack.
There you go.
And
the gun rack has a gun rack on it. Let me steal them Family Guy jokes while they're still hot. 20 years, no one's gonna remember them.
Jesus is love. I have the 300 round ammunition automatic assault rifle. It's not just Republicans that sometimes want that. I think libertarians want that too, right? They want the 300 round ammunition big assault rifle. Everyone can have with a license, right? Isn't that what they want?
I mean, shit, 300 rounds of 5.56. Oof, that'd be pretty heavy. Oh man. Oh. Oh, this stream wasn't a complete disaster.
Creasy,
Oh,
what do
yeah,
you got?
you got
What
the
projects
latest?
you got on
No.
the horizon?
Um, no idea. I usually just wing things, honestly. That's why you
That's
just see
good.
things get posted whenever. I don't know tomorrow what I might do because it's Sunday, so definitely have Kent's Sunday morning sermon to look at after it's uploaded. Because doing a little syntastic Sunday or a Sinfest Sunday or whatever I call it is always fun. Then later stuff, because I sometimes try to pop out 2 streams on a Sunday, if not more, because I'm crazy like that. I don't know. I don't wanna just go right into another or part 4 of the R and Raw responses from their 2018 debate. Um, the open mics are 40 minutes each. I don't know if I have the fortitude to commit to doing all those because when you
Wait,
get out commentary, it goes for hours. It's like, ugh, I don't know.
Right.
wait. I'm sorry, I misheard. So you're gonna react to a 40-minute open mic by Kent? Is that what you said?
I have done that before, and that's what his current ones have been, but I don't think I necessarily want to do that. Sometimes there's good nuggets in there, but they've been kind of in more recent times, and I think I just kind of want to taper away from that unless someone finds something good in there, or it's noted by the rest of the community to be rather unhinged.
The whack and atheists, I think, are probably the best thing to
Definitely.
Ow, I
Definitely.
just
go over.
mashed my hand on the table with my chair.
Not cool. Gotta be
It's-
careful with that, Brock.
That's I bet it's Hoven's fault. It's Hoven's
It
fault.
is. It's Hoven's fault. He knows
Also,
what he's
Brock,
talking
are
about.
you? I got the sense that you were a creationist from like
Okay.
your early appearances.
Okay.
What or yeah.
Wait, what?
Well,
Okay.
I saw an
hear me out, hear me
appearance
out.
of yours back on one of the streams. It was either a couple of Standing for Truth streams back.
I think I
on.
misspoke. Okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
One time I'm gonna explain what happened. So basically, I was talking to Donnie, and
Yeah.
and he said somebody said, I think Ken said evolution is stupid. And it made me think of I'm not thinking I agree with what he said. I said to Donnie, it makes me think of that SpongeBob episode where Patrick's like, maybe it is stupid, but it's also dumb, and I couldn't stop laughing. But I'm not saying I think evolution is dumb or stupid. I'm just made me think of that. I misspoke. I didn't explain it very well, and it got to a point where this diploma mill doc, that one account, he or she did not like. She said they told me I was stupid for not believing in evolution. Whoa! I must have misspoke. I tried to explain things in detail. I did a very bad
What did
job of that.
Diploma Mill Doc say?
The one reason I don't believe in evolution is I'm too stupid to understand. I was like, whoa,
Oh.
I'm not a creationist. I almost became one years ago, back like 2017, 2018. I was watching this stuff and I was like, oh no, this is crap. I'm not believing in that. So I almost fell for it one time. Then I was an atheist for years, since like 2018, roughly. So yeah, it was a mess. I misspoke. Sometimes I just misspeak and I don't say things right, and I get the wrong impressions.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got the sense, from there. Right? You had an orange beanie on. I just remember that.
Yeah, that I could have said things way better, and
I didn't know. Yeah, you didn't come right out and say that you were creationist. I just kind of got that sense from the questions you were asking.
I was leaning evolution. I was more of, I'm not sure if, I can't say it's 100% true, but it looks more likely than creationism. I was thinking like kind of like that. I was open-minded to both sides. I want to hear both sides and just see what they'd say.
Do you feel differently now since you've been talking to Kent these quite a few times?
I wouldn't say I know evolution is true. I'd say I'm way more on the evolution side. I'm leaning heavily, like it's very likely to be true now. Plus, in science, you rarely prove anything. It's more of it's consistent. Like Professor Dave says, consistent is unreasonable doubt. Stupid bugs.
Yeah, it's building evidence. It's not proving something.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll have to prove. Maybe we'll go back in time or something. Who knows? Cause a time paradox, and it'll be stuck that way forever. Who knows?
That's the thing about science is that it doesn't intrinsically deal with the concept of proof because everything is sort of a tentative idea. Yeah, proof is more of a math thing. With science, things can be verified up to the point where they seem universally accepted, like gravity, like electricity, like germ theory, all these other facets of it.
Hold on. You atheists can't prove evolution. Anyways. Yeah. I just want to know if it happened because there's evidence to support it, but it got me thinking. I mean, do we really know? I want to go back in time and see like a T-Rex or something. That'd be so cool. But it probably never will happen in my life.
You want to go back to like Australopithecus times and see how it goes?
I guess that would be pretty important. Maybe I'll skip the T-Rex. I'll just go
Oh,
to
okay.
more recent time and just go see the apes and see if they evolved a human. Go watch
You
every
know,
generation. I don't know. We'll skip it.
so Brock, maybe this analogy will help you get a way I think about it. And this gets weird, but bear with me. When I went to Milwaukee in 2023, I made sure that a place I stopped was 924 North 25th Street. Random address, nothing there but a fenced off field. The reason is that's the site where Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment was. Not kidding. I do dark tourism when I have the
Wow.
rare opportunities, and I went there. I've got a photo. I'll post it in my Discord of me out in front of the site. Now, I myself had seen that there is nothing there. It is a field. I can see the red brick on the right-hand side. I can see the now refurbished apartments to the left that are unrelated to the Oxfords that were there. I can see the telephone and power poles that line up. I've seen photos of the site back when all the events went down. I mean, I was 6 years old when all this stuff happened, so I actually remember the news reports from it. But having been there, it's like, okay, this is where this actually happened. I can't see any evidence beyond the remains of, driveway and stuff. But I've seen enough in the past and know that everyone says this is the location, that everything adds up for me and says, yep, this is the location. I'm here. That's the best analogy I can come up with, because that's the most recent thing I've done that has that kind of, this is something, I don't want to say special about it like that, but like one of those things where this is here, now it's gone. The only other things like that are less nationally known would be like the Mall of Memphis site, since that was important to my early childhood, demolished in 04. So, that was, going there after it was demolished was an interesting experience. Or if I was to ever make it to New York to the World Trade Center site, that would be the same kind of thing. I'd know I'd be where the towers were, but they're not there anymore. But I have every bit of evidence I'd need to have seen them. I haven't seen them with my own eyes, but I've seen photos of them. I saw, the events that day happened, the events that happened on that day after the fact. I've seen enough to tell me, yep, they were real. Much like concepts like evolution. Yep, I am very certain this is a thing as described. Black holes. Yep, they're out there. It's that kind of logic that I do, that enough stuff gets put in evidentially that I'm just like, I have to accept this, because if I reject it and I apply that kind of rejection, those kind of reasons to reject, to anything else in my life, I actually couldn't believe anything, couldn't accept anything in some weird backwards way. That's my long way of getting around to saying that.
That makes sense. That makes
Thank
sense.
you.
Did you go to Ed Gein's farm when you were up there?
No,
Okay.
sadly. Didn't get to go to Plainfield. Trust me, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Believe me, being that close to Plainfield, Wisconsin, you
Right.
want to go.
I would have thought you would have made it there. I went to some of the Zodiac killer sites in Northern California, so I'm with you on this stuff.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I've eaten at the top of the World Trade Center, and I saw when it was demolished, and I've been to the new tower that's there now.
Nice.
So the World Trade Center was an actual place.
Yeah.
I ate at the top of it. Yeah, Brock.
Someone said hi in the comments. I can't say their name. It's the guy with the very not very much hair. Was it Berius Slack? Is that his name?
Oh, Berius Slack. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, it's a funny sounding name. Not gonna lie. Hello, Berius Slack. Don't slack off.
In fact, Berius has put up several of Aaron Ra's videos with Kent Hovind.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
He's got kind of a repository or whatever you would call it.
He's keeping it so don't get lost forever.
Probably something like that.
In a sense, yeah. Our natural tendency of to archive things. We're all kind of digital pack rats.
What is pack rat? Hold on. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a digital pack rat.
Whatever pack rat is.
Oh man.
Like
Like
also,
other.
Stacy, you might not want to admit that on live. Come on, Stacy. Delete that now. Delete that. No.
It was August 2001. It doesn't
Yeah, I think
matter.
I don't think she's going to get in trouble at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. Just
in other elements of like if you want to call it dark tourism, I definitely want to go. Can't believe this is like the second time I've been able to bring it up today, but like I say that like it's a good thing. The Oklahoma City bombing site, where the
Ooh.
Mora building was, I definitely want to go visit and
Wow.
take a moment to reflect there, as well as Branch Davidian site in Waco. Definitely want to
Yeah.
hit those up.
Yeah.
What else? There's a few other places but I don't think anything else as super, interesting. I mean, the Oxford apartment site was definitely number one, and I do want to go again because it was a very short little trip. I want to do a little better documentation of things. But if I ever get a chance to go back up to Milwaukee, which I actually enjoyed my time there, but maybe that just shows how Memphis is, that Milwaukee was fun.
No, that
Oh,
sounds
no.
fun. I liked Wisconsin when I visited there. I went to some Charlie Manson sites,
Ooh.
like the courthouse where they caught him out in Death Valley, and
Yeah.
wasn't that a discussion? The only time Aaron Rod talked to Kent was that a discussion. Besides that, it wasn't like a debate like they were talking. It was more like just I post a video, you post a video. I post
no, they had a
video.
debate. They had a debate on the non sequitur. I think it was.
It was technically a discussion, as Aaron put it. He didn't want it as a debate to lend legitimacy. I mean, you can definitely call it a debate, but Aaron class is a discussion. And yeah, then they had their video exchange debate, which is what I'm working my way through on the Kent's responses. And oh boy, he's less bitter. That's one thing I can say about Kent.
But really, it was no different than one of Kent's other debates. I mean,
Yeah, it was fundamentally just the open discussion portion of such a thing, and just what is a debate if not just a formal title or formal status applied to a particular discussion with some minor moderation? That's it.
That's funny.
Let's see. It's hitting 8:30. It's actually gone on longer than I thought it would, but I'm thinking about going on and turning in. And by turning in, I mean taking my medicine and playing Guild Wars till it finally makes me pass out.
Well, thank you, Karisu. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, always. I plan on doing these more often, some little hangout streams. So,
Yeah.
seriously, Big Mama, I always feel like, join in if you want.
Cool.
You Brock, come hang out. Hopefully we'll get some other of the core group in here and just have some fun hanging out, chatting. And maybe this will be a little evolutionary stage and Caruso Tomatoes content.
So I have a question. Did you ever play Evolve? I think you said you might give it a try sometime. You ever played Evolve?
I haven't. I should get around to it. It's rough getting me to play anything remotely like new at all. And I mean like me to play anything.
Just so you know, I'm hoping one day I will get to make a game like Evolve. It will be very low poly graphics because I can't afford to make it next gen. But you get hopefully I can make it. Pay some people to help me make it. It would be a dream come true. It really would. So I'm going to draw stuff down, and maybe in 5 years we'll have a game. You never know.
It's definitely a thing. Before I go, I want to point out this comment from Tim Lines. I'm seeing a couple of new names here, so that's kind of cool. I went to S21 and the Killing Fields in Cambodia. That was more than
Wow.
dark enough for me, and I'm like, oh, I haven't even talked about international places I want to visit and pay respects to. And yeah, S21 in Cambodia, I do want to go there. I don't know if I could, even with my constitution for such, truly handle the experience. But then there's other obvious places scattered around Europe that I wish to go and equally pay respects at. Because, yeah. World's a dark place sometimes. And sorry to end the stream on a downer note. Anyone got anything positive to finish up with?
I like the dark stuff, so I don't mind it.
Yeah.
That
All
was
right.
before-
Who's
I'm joking.
who's got the
It's just-
B-17 coming in on them?
Oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I live right next to this little airport, so you get these
Oh,
little
dude,
planes
that's
that come
cool.
in.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I love hearing that. And yeah, that obviously was not a B-17. That's
I'm
totally
surprised
not
that
the
you could
right sound.
hear that.
It's probably one of those
Yeah.
high wings. Those
It
high
actually
wings.
came through clear too. That was kind of funny. I'm like, oh, that's a propeller. That's no turboprop either. That's proper. Actually, it probably was a turboprop, but whatever.
Also, speaking of my joke about the farts, I wish I could fart like that. Just throw people off. I'm a goof.
Well, thanks,
All
Greasy.
right.
Take care.
Yep.
Good to talk to you, Brock.
Yep. Say
We'll see you next
Bye,
time.
Yamato.
Yep.
Bye, Big Mama.
Later, everyone.
Later.